The Duggars, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, have opened up about their journey as parents to their 19 children. The couple was not only entrusted with the care of their own children, but also with the custody of a toddler boy called Tyler Hutchins. He has made guest appearances on the show multiple times because he is the great-nephew of Michelle. Jim, Bob, and Michelle ultimately chose to give up custody of Tyler after a while. Many are curious about what happened when Josh left the Duggar family since he had previously left them. If you want to know what happened to Tyler today, you should read on. The fact that Jim, Bob, and Michelle had become Tyler's guardians was made public information in November 2016. The former counting on cast members were ecstatic after the custody award. Tyler had a fantastic life thanks to Jim, Bob, and Michelle's care. The 19 kids all think of him as a brother or sister, and they all love him for it. The fact that Jim, Bob, and Michelle were taking care of Tyler did not prevent Tyler's mom from visiting her son. Regardless, Jim, Bob, and Michelle's decision to give up custody of Tyler was another major turning point in his life. In 2023, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar filed for the release of their son Tyler's custody. According to several accounts, the grandchildren of John Martin Hutchins and Carolyn Jeanette Hutchins were handed over to Tyler by the former Counting on cast members. Nobody had any complaints about Jim, Bob, and Michelle's choice. There was no let-up in their correspondence once Tyler and his grandparents got home. In February of 2021, Jim Bob sent an invitation to his family and Tyler to attend the celebration of Tyler's 13th birthday. Plus, he's been spotted playing a bunch of games on the property and hanging out with James and the other boys from the Duggar family, all while riding ATVs. Unfortunately, Michelle and Jim Bob have chosen to step away from social media after Josh's CSAM arrest in April 2021. Therefore, they no longer update their followers on Tyler's predicament. Then, in November of 2021, Tyler shocked many of his fans by making an appearance that looked totally grown up. Tyler has matured and grown up. Wow, you guys do an incredible job. Have a blessed Thanksgiving with your loved ones. Meeting up with you all again is a delight. All of you are being missed. Yeah, one of my favorite pastimes is observing young men while they work in the kitchen. An updated account of what's happening with Tyler Hutchins has just surfaced from a news source. According to one of the sources, Tyler, who is 16 years old, is living it up as a teenager right now. It was also revealed that he has been doing well medically. Nevertheless, his grandparents have also made it clear that he needs continuous supervision due to the fact that he is still deemed an incapable person. No matter what happens, Tyler's grandparents are clearly still taking good care of him. According to the allegations, Tyler's mother abandoned him because she couldn't afford to maintain him financially. Even though nothing has changed regarding Tyler's mother, many Counting on viewers are pleased to hear that his grandparents and the Duggar family are taking good care of him. Okay, so the Duggars have been in the spotlight for a long time due to their large family, the turmoil, and the abundance of cameras on TLC. However, if you haven't read this chapter yet, here is a more current one. Truthfully, the story of one of Jim Bob Duggar's children recently making a big change by moving in with new parents is one that leaves you feeling changed. With 19 kids between Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, it's hard to follow everyone's story. Nevertheless, this child's story is still evolving, showing that things can turn around for the better even when we face adversity. Jim Bob and Michelle were no longer able to care for the child, so they found other loving parents. Several family and individual matters, some of which were disclosed to the public and others kept secret, contributed to this change. Finding the best possible setting for growth and happiness was more important than avoiding abandonment or neglect in this instance. The newlyweds are more than just a collection of people. Since they have deep roots in the Duggar family and are friends of Jim, Bob, and Michelle, they have earned the respect and confidence of the Duggars. These parents understood the importance of providing their child with a nurturing home environment where they could thrive. This event is a powerful example of how family is about more than just blood. It's also about having someone by your side when times become tough. The new guardians jumped right in, giving the kid the secure environment they needed as well as the guidance, love, and attention they deserved. What does this new life entail? That is the question now. The infant is reportedly doing very well, according to those in the know. Envision a world where you get more tailored attention, can indulge in your passions, don't have to worry about a thing, and just have fun. This child is following their passions, which could be in the arts, athletics, or anything else that makes them happy. As compared to the extremely controlled Duggar household, the new parents encourage their children to be naturally inquisitive and authentic. One of the greatest triumphs is the maturation of one's mind and emotions. As an example of a megafamily that might face immense constraints, such as high expectations, strict regulations, and constant public scrutiny, consider the Duggars. A place of healing and authentic expression can be found in the new environment. In order for children to develop normally, mental health professionals often stress the need of providing a stable environment free from emotional danger. This child's self-assurance, happiness, and energy levels have all taken a noticeable upturn now they're finally getting it. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar have expressed their support for this move, so there's no need for misinformation to spread. The choice was taken with care and consideration for the child's best interests. It was not a sudden and drastic cutoff. The pair shows their new parents respect, keeps in touch, and is actively involved. Putting a child's needs first is more important than losing them. Knowing when to hand off responsibility is an important part of parenting. This news went viral on social media with a mixture of good and negative reactions, satisfying the insatiable appetite of Duggar family fans for updates. A lot of people were happy for the Duggars and the new parents because they were courageous and wanted what was best for their child. Seeing such a tender transfer of power inside a dynasty that has taken heat for its alleged rigidity was so refreshing to some. Is that the point? Every family has its own unique version of love, and the best love sometimes requires sacrifice. All of this has shown us the truth about the families on reality TV. Even the most idyllic families, like the Duggars, have their flaws. Their approach to change, challenges, and progress is crucial. The power of love, adaptability, and prioritizing a kid's needs is demonstrated by Jim Bob Duggar's youngster having his best life with new parents. Family is about more than simply genetic ties. It's about support. This child has a promising future ahead of them. Jim Bob and Michelle have been there for this child every step of the way. And now he or she has committed parents who will help him or her flourish. Who can say what future hopes and abilities will emerge? Their village is rooting for them and will be there to support them no matter what. Okay, this is one of the rare instances in the Duggar family news that hits a different note. There is no scandal, no drama, just real love and growth. Jim Bob and Michelle did the right thing, and the kid, the new parents, and everyone involved are winners. Even though life can be complicated at times, particularly for large families, this update serves as a reminder that change, when accompanied by compassion and empathy, can be truly lovely.